So in this question we're asked to factorise 4x squared minus 25. Now both of these terms are squared terms. The pattern for a difference, subtracting two squares, a minus b times a plus b. If you check that, firsts, outsides, insides, lasts, when you multiply out a times a, the firsts are a squared, the outside 2 plus ab and the inside 2 minus ab, they cancel. And the last, negative b times b, gives you negative b squared. So that's the pattern for the difference of two squares. So when we're looking at 4x squared minus 25, we think, what do we square to get 4x squared? That's 2x times 2x. And what do we square to get 25? That's 5. So the pattern says 2x minus 5 times 2x plus 5. And you really shouldn't leave it at that. You should check. First, outsides, insides, last. First, 2x times 2x does give us 4x squared. The outside 2, 2x times 5 is 10x. The inside 2, negative 5 times 2x is negative 10x. 10x minus 10x cancels. And the last, negative 5 times positive 5 gives us negative 25. So that's the first part of this question factorised. Now the second part asks us, says hence, so we're going to have to use this, hence simplify this fraction. So fractions involve, when you simplify fractions, it involves cancelling. So, I mean, suppose we had 39 over 18, for instance. Then you'd look at the top line and say, well, hey, there's a factor of 3 in there, and look at the bottom line, there's also a factor of 3 in there. So we can divide top and bottom by 3, and we've simplified that fraction, 13 over 6, 2 1/6. So that's what we do when we simplify fractions. We look for factors that are in common top and bottom of the fraction. So we have done the factorisation of the top line of this fraction. We did that in part A. 2x minus 5 is one of the factors, and 2x plus 5 is the other factor. So we're now looking at 2x squared minus x minus 10, and we're trying to factorise that. So we'd attempt to put the two factors down, and we're saying, let's look at the firsts. Something times something gives me 2x squared, and they must both have an x term in it. Well, there's only one choice, 2x times x. And then let's look at the lasts, and we're supposed to get a 10. Now, there's a possibility of 2 times 5, or 5 times 2, or 10 times 1, or 1 times 10. All of these are possibilities. So how we work this out, which is the correct one, we look at the outsides and the insides to find out how we get this negative 1x. So if we were putting 2 and 5 down, the outside 2 give me 10x, the inside 2 give me 2x. Now a 10x and a 2x added or subtracted will not give me a minus 1x, so that's not a possibility. Let's try to swap them round. Let's put 5 here and 2 here. This time the outside 2, 2x times 2, that's 4x. The inside 2, 5x. 4x and 5x, that is going to work. Let's see how. So we've got 2x times 2, that's 4x. 5 times x, it's 5x, and we have to get a minus 1. So if we did a plus 4 minus a 5, we'd end up at minus 1. So it's plus the 4x minus the 5x. And always check the lasts. Negative 5 times positive 2 does give me negative 10. So we've discovered the factors 2x minus 5 times x plus 2. Now just as when we were simplifying 39 over 18 and found a factor in the top line that was the same as a factor in the bottom line, and therefore we could cancel it, there's a factor in the top line of 2x minus 5 and a factor in the bottom of the fraction 2x minus 5 also. So we divide top and bottom by 2x minus 5. These will disappear. We're left with 2x plus 5 over x plus 2. And that's that algebraic fraction simplified.